Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am excited to bring to you from the Marvel Universe line. This is Series 5, Number 4, Captain America. And this is probably the best version of Captain America that they have done in this line to date. He's using that new super articulated male body mold. As you can see, I have him in this rather dynamic pose. Unfortunately, the package just says Captain America. That's why you have to look for the series and what have you. And it doesn't help that they re-release older figures too. But definitely, this is the best Captain America to own. If you own any other Captain Americas, get this one. If you haven't bought a Captain America yet, this is the one you want to buy. Like I said, it's using the new super articulated male body mold. We'll get into articulation. How about right now? As you can see, he has ball jointed hips, which allow for those wide ranges of dynamic posing. Let me adjust the camera slightly. He does have a ball and hinge joint that allows for deep and head bending down and head bending up like he's flying, or, as I had him, looking up, looking down. He has both waist articulation and ab crunch, and you can rotate from the ab crunch. Double jointed knees, thigh and calf rotation, forward and back ankle rockers, as well as a very nice and very great ankle pivot. It's interesting to note that Marvel, the Marvel Universe figures, oops, shield fell off, were doing ankle pivots and what have you well before the GI Joe figures. Single jointed knees, but bicep swivel, wrist rotation. Does have two, well, a fist and a sort of grabby hand on this side. Now, the one thing with his this figure, the shield I was using right here is not the shield he comes with. This is actually the shield from the Magneto Captain America 2-pack. This right here is the shield he comes with. The reason I'm using the other shield is that this clip, and let me see if I can show you, tends to be a little bit wider than the other one, and it doesn't clip on as well. Also, with this shield, you have the two elastic bands, because I do believe this is the original shield that Captain America came with. The original Wave 1 figure. So definitely, this allows you to strap it on his back because he doesn't have any ball pegs. Or, I should say pegs or holes or whatever. So, let's come in for a detailed look. As you can see, Cap has a traditional horned masked look. This is like best way I can describe this figure is traditional. I'm sure this is an updated design of some sort, but this is Captain America. I mean, this is what you would think of when people say Captain America, demonstrating that ball and hinge joint. There is a nice, almost metallic sheen to the blue, as well as a nice gloss on the red and white. I think this is. I mean, I think it's kind of funny that this is the same body mold that was used for Captain Steve Rogers. So kind of makes sense. As you've noticed, the waist is a little loose. That's really my only gripe with this figure is being a Marvel Universe figure. The plastic quality is much, much less than, say, a GI Joe. Nice red on the boots. They have that nice overflap. I think a lot of this figure was reused for the upcoming Marvel Universe Baron Zemo figure, which is slightly different than the San Diego Comic-Con pack. But yeah, so just so I can show you, as I mentioned, there is no peg hole, so if you want him to carry his shield, you'll have to use one of the shields with those elastic straps on it. I can highly recommend this version of Captain America. Like I said at the beginning, if you already own a couple Captain America figures, like I do, you have to buy this one. It's that good. If you've never bought one, this is the one to get. I like now that the Marvel Universe line has been going, Hasbro is starting to do like the definitive versions of figures. On the other hand, it's going to make it very difficult to sell anymore in the future. I'm sure they'll re-release this figure somehow with different paint apps, maybe make him look unique to a certain issue or a certain time. But like I said, when people say Captain America, this is the guy they're thinking of. Um, Again, my only complaint is that the plastic is very cheap. Thankfully, he was packaged in a very neutral pose, so there was no problems with joint warping or anything like that. That's unfortunate to say that some of the figures in this wave and in this line aren't always packed like that, and the joints end up warping. It's your old pal Chuck, and what's a great hero without a great villain? I'll catch you next time.